Sheriff's Office has made an arrest in the hidden camera investigation in the Woodlands. Deputies say Robert Schrader is accused of placing a camera in the ceiling above the unisex restroom of the West Tower at the Memorial Hermann in the Woodlands. And that's where we find KPRC-2's Gage Goulding, who's looking through those arrest documents. So, Gage, what have you discovered?
Yeah, let's start what happened this morning. Detectives with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office going to Schrader's home and actually arresting him and then executing a search warrant, which is something that's very typical in an investigation like this. They get all their ducks in a row and then they go in and try to get the evidence like this. This happened at his home in Magnolia. That was earlier this morning. I'm told that that investigation there has wrapped up since then. You're looking at the suspect right now. This is Robert Schrader. According to a since deleted LinkedIn profile, he was the director of patient care here at the Woodlands Medical Center, part of the Memorial Hermann Hospital system. Let's start with the first camera that we know. This camera was discovered by engineers performing maintenance on the air conditioning system. The camera was up in the ceiling tiles of a unisex bathroom. This camera discovered last Thursday, okay? That's when this investigation really sparked. Investigators were able to determine that this was Schrader because they were reviewing the files on the camera's memory card, and they could see Schrader actually installing the camera into the tiles. So at that moment, they went to his office. That's where they found a second camera still in its box inside his desk drawer, inside his office here at the hospital. Fast forward to Monday. They were doing a sweep of the hospital. It's something that Memorial Hermann told us that they were going to do. They were going to be looking for any other devices. And that's when we find a third camera. This camera in another bathroom on the third floor of the hospital, also tucked away in the ceiling tiles, okay? At this point, they've reviewed the total number of files on the two different cameras. I can tell you that there are more than 300 different recordings between the two cameras. On the first camera they found, they're a little bit further along in the investigation, and they've been able to identify that there are definitely victims in this case, people that are using the restroom unaware that they're being filmed. More than 100 different files on the second camera's SD card, and they're still working to identify exactly who those victims are and how many victims that there could be. So this is still very much so fresh in the investigation, but this is something that employees and patients here alike have been asking for. They wanted to know who this person was. We know that Schrader has been fired, and we knew that on Monday, but now they know exactly who this is. But the big question is this growing list of victims. Who are they? Were they patients? Were they employees? Likely a mix at this point, but this investigation is still very much so ongoing. We're live in the Woodlands. Gage Goulding, KPRC-2 News.
Yeah, Gage, that's exactly what I was asking Memorial Hermann too, is who was in these videos. Looks like we're getting more answers this week. We appreciate you staying on top of it. Also breaking at